As citizens of the United States, we all have rights. We have the right to freedom of speech, freedom to assemble, and the right to bear arms. These are just a few rights given to us by the Constitution. The Constitution is enforced by the United States government. A part of the United States government is the military. At times of war, the government can sometimes take away our rights. The responsibility of citizens are then increased. A good example of this occurred during the Civil War when the draft was used. On April 12, 1861, a war started between the states, the Confederacy versus the Union. The Confederacy was made up of the southern states that were for slavery. The Union was the northern states that opposed slavery. America's President Abraham Lincoln believed slavery was wrong and wanted to create a law of no slavery. The Confederacy, which was made up of 7 states from the South, did not like that idea, so they wanted to secede or break away from the United States. In order to do that, they thought they could fight for their rights, and a civil war resulted. The Civil War had been going on for at least 2 years, and many soldiers had died. The Union was running out of men to fight, and no one would volunteer. Because of the shortage of soldiers, Congress decided to hold a draft. People knew the draft was a way to force an American citizen to fight in the military at times of war. Men were able to buy their way out of being drafted, but only the wealthy could afford the $300 fee. July 11, 1863 was the first draft. By the second draft, the first set of rioters had begun to cause a commotion. These rioters were unhappy because some men could buy their way out of being drafted, and they would also have to risk their lives to the rights of black people. They threw stones at windows, killed streetcar horses, and to prevent other parts of the city from being notified about the riots, men cut down telegraph lines. People chased and killed anyone, black or white, who tried to interfere. It had forced many of the blacks to leave the city. A lot of the rioters were Irish, who feared of having to compete with free slaves for jobs. They were constantly destroying the city. Finally, by the third day, help had come, which calmed down the riots. After the riots stopped, the total damage was $1 to $5 million. 120 people dead, including 11 innocent colored men. But under all the sorrow and unhappiness, the Union won for the greater good of all Americans on May 10, 1865. The United States was also once again united with slavery abolished.
Oh, I'm a good old rebel, now that's just what I am. For this fair land of freedom, I do not care a damn. I'm glad I fit against it, I only wish we'd won, and I don't want no part of